Afnan Theoreme Rubroca, another flanker from the brand Afnan. If you have tried the previous version, which was an inspired version of Bulgari Tiger, now this is a fusion of 3 to 4 different perfumes and definitely worth a try. So stay tuned to watch in detail. What's up guys, this is Yasser. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Yasser's Fit Frack. Today I'm going to talk about another flanker from Afnan Theoreme, which is called as Matrix. So let's quickly start with the presentation box. So this is how the presentation box looks like. It's a similar 90 ml eau de parfum concentration. The back of the box looks like this. It says Rubroca here. The manufacturing date is August 2024 and it gives a 5 years shelf life, which is until August 2029, which really doesn't matter. It all depends on how you store it. It can go up to 10 years as well if you keep using it every 1 or 2 months. And it says manufactured by Afnan Perfumes LLC, and this is where the bottle sits. Okay, so it has this little space inside, a bit of that cushioning. And the bottle actually looks better than the previous one because it's a little darker. In addition, it says Matrix in red fonts. It says Matrix in red fonts, and the cap design also looks really nice. Okay, it has those inscribed designs there. So you can see that being captured in my camera as well. Beautiful bottle design. It looks actually better than the other one because those red highlights in little fonts actually looks very, very elegant. Now coming to the smell, like I said, it's a fusion of 3 to 4 different perfumes. The first spray that you try, you would immediately get reminded of Nishane Hashivat, which means it's a Creed Aventus DNA with an oak moss touch. So the moment you spray it, you will directly remember Nishane Hashivat. Now this is not a direct clone of Nishane Hashivat because it has its own twists and turns. Along with that Aventus DNA with that oak moss, after 30 minutes you get Armaf Urban Man Elixir, sort of a fruity accord, which is something like Aventus, something like Sauvage, and some fruity accord. So the Sauvage element is just about 10%, but it's more on the Aventus side, the Hashivat side, but it goes into a fruity mode which is not overly sweet, but it is very nicely balanced with that oak moss note. And in the late dry down, it goes completely different in the typical Afnan, in the typical Middle Eastern style of DNA, but not in the saffron rose, but it goes into the lavender and cedarwood sort of an accord. So it goes completely different after 1.5 hours mark. So it's not really Aventus, it's not really Hashivat, it's not really Bulgari Tiger as well. So it has its own direction after 1.5 hours. So overall, I really enjoyed this one because the way it goes into that cedarwood and lavender in the late dry down after 1.5 hours is what I was really impressed with. That cedarwood is a typical cedarwood that you usually get in Middle Eastern fragrances, something like Ajmal or other Middle Eastern brands which really make high quality cedarwood. So though it is priced around 2,400 currently, I think it would still be priced around that 2,100 mark after few months because it's a new launch. So that's why it's around 2,400 right now, which I believe is still not a bad pricing for a perfume like this because the performance is also great. It projects about 2.5 hours. Though I tried it within the second day, I think after about 2 weeks it can still project and push itself for about 3 hours, and it easily lasted about 9 hours on my skin. So I think after 3 weeks or something, once it settles down from that transit heat, I'm sure it would go 11 to 12 hours as well. So performance wise, brilliant guys. 90 ml eau de parfum for a price of 2,400 currently is still a great deal because the blend is really nice. It doesn't smell cheap at all. It smells fantastic. There's a lot of that complementing factor as well. It projects well, it lasts well. It's worth every penny that you pay for. So definitely check this one out. From my side, I would definitely recommend this because though it is a common DNA, it's made into a fusion mode. So you get vibes of different perfumes like I mentioned. So it's not a straight through clone of Hashivat. It's Hashivat Urban Man Elixir and has its own base note of cedarwood and lavender. So, and that is my favorite part, to be honest, because if that wasn't there, I wouldn't have been so excited about this one, because that is where it took its own direction. Otherwise it would have been the same boring Nishane Hashivat clone, which I'm actually fed up currently, because many brands have started doing that, and it kind of gets a little boring when you get a similar sort of smell in different brands. So when they take their own twist and turns is where it gets a little interesting. So this was interesting because of that lavender and cedarwood base after 1.5 hour mark, and it performs really nice, like I said. So definitely check this one out. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in case you have tried this. Comment down in the comment section. See you next time soon. Keep sharing the videos. Cheers.